Hi everyone, if you're here, it tells me you're not just looking for tips, you're building a relationship with your horse and a life that actually fits the season you're in. This week's theme is you don't need to ride to be a real horseman. And today I wanted to help you shift the way you measure success with horses. This one can be really tough and hit on some emotions, so be prepared for that one. Most of us were taught, directly or indirectly, that progress equals riding, training milestones, big fancy awards, or show results, or checking boxes. But horses don't experience us through accomplishments. They experience us through energy, consistency, nervous system state, and awareness. They are here in the presence. They want to interact with you here and now. They're not looking to achieve anything out of our relationship with them, except for maybe some snacks. So 10 minutes of grounded presence will do more for your partnership than a rushed, distracted ride. If you show up anxious, pressured, or disconnected, your horse feels that immediately. They can hear your heartbeat from 4 feet away. They know how you feel long before you lay a hand on them. So presence is the foundation of leadership. We need to be aware of ourselves in order to have a better partnership with them. So many horse moms fall into that all or nothing trap. I know I've been guilty of it many times. If we can't ride hard, long, or perfectly, we sometimes avoid showing up at all. And I feel like I do that because it's not meeting my expectations, and oftentimes those are unrealistic because of, again, the expectations of our abilities and things before life got crazy. But 5 intentional touch points a week beats 1 intense ride every 2 weeks. Consistency builds trust. Intensity often builds tension. When connection is strong, horses regulate faster, communication gets clearer, nervous systems stay calmer and regulate faster. Safety increases naturally, which can be so huge for us horse moms. We often feel nervous towards riding where we didn't before, and we can struggle with that identity shift and that sense of life preservation that maybe we didn't experience before. I know that has been a kind of an odd one for me, and it didn't necessarily happen after my first daughter. It started, I guess, to encroach on my second, and definitely after my third. So putting things in place that increase safety should be a top priority for all of us to make us feel more confident. And confidence isn't built by forcing performance either. It's built by stacking calm, positive, predictable experiences. This matters for your horse and for you. Many of us tie our identity to what we used to be able to do with our horses prior to having children, before exhaustion, before business growth, before life shifted. And unfortunately, life shifting is just part of life, as many of us, I'm sure all of us know. That comparison quietly steals joy and creates guilt, however. You're not behind, you're not failing. You are evolving, and that's a beautiful thing. Real horsemanship adapts to seasons, it doesn't fight them. Showing up might look a little different. It might look like grooming with full attention, hand walking with intention. I love when my kids were in strollers, they're not so much now. I loved taking the horses and taking them for a walk down the driveway with the kids. I absolutely cherished those moments, taking the ponies to graze some grass or just go see the sights, take the kids and see how many birds we could count, things like that. They're so powerful and we overlook them. Sitting quietly and observing is another fantastic one. It's not a year-round thing that can happen here, but I love sitting on the pasture with horses and just hanging out with them. In the winter or when maybe the kids won't allow me, I love to sit in the kitchen window or the living room window and drink my coffee and watch the horses interact. You learn so much about them the more time you spend watching them. Checking in emotionally instead of pushing physically can be a hard skill to learn, but it's a very important one. It still counts. That builds relationship, that still builds partnership as well. This week, I invite you to release the pressure to perform and choose presence instead. Choose one small, consistent connection practice and commit to it without judgment. Notice the changes, not just in your horse, but in you. Please comment down below what you're choosing to commit to this week. I cannot wait to hear what you guys experience.